Well, baby dolls. Do you know what happened in August? In August, I did the official summon of creating a bottom for Chainlink and HEX. I did this for the whole crypto market. Let's watch this video quickly. I posted this literally in August. Sugar Plum, you hear this? 3 ice cubes in my cup. I have summoned a bottom officially. We have now completed all the steps in here. It's been a long, gruesome process. I had to sell 1 link. I had to sell 1 hex. We've got 3 ice cubes in a cup. Been drinking it right now. Right? We have made our video on Mr. Silvertooth, and now finally, I have just created the 3rd UFO video. It's being uploaded right now. What do we do from here? I don't know, friends. I've been spinning around this squeaky chair. Let's see if this is enough for a bottom. We're going to wait and see. It's going to take some time. Oh, friends, and now we are back. Wow, that was a trip through memory lane. Mr. Silvertooth capitulating. That broke my heart to see. We made a video, another video of Mr. Silvertooth. He is replying back. I hope he's in a good place. I know. What did I tell you, friends? I promise you, I have sat here for so long, so many hours on this squeaky chair, and I've just seen the market refuses to go up. It refuses to move up, and then it consumes one specific person's soul. And the moment it does, just like that, it starts to go up. It does make you very suspicious about what's going on. So, also want to remind you that I ran outside the house. I went to the service station to go get that orange juice that I was drinking in this. That's how serious I was about creating this bottom. Did it work? Well, you tell me. Did it work? Tell me, friends. Is this green or red? Tell me. Zoom in right now. Zoom in. I want you to please look at this. In fact, we're going to pump the freaking music. We're going to give you the biggest freaking introductory pump that you've ever seen in your life. The crypto cycles are repeating. Stop being a smelly poopy bear. Bulls poop out in the open. We're going to kill it. We're literally going to kill it. The cycles are repeating. Look at HEX. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Plus 300%. And it's trashy eHEX. They said it was a trash. They said it was a scam. They said we have peanut brains. And I said, my gosh, you could be right about all 3 things. But you know what? Everybody else who's a poopy head dingleberry, smelly bear who poops in the woods, they are all bearish. They're all short. They're all sidelined. I don't want to be on the same side as them. We are bulls. We go poop out in the open. We go out into the paddock, out for everyone to see. Also enjoying Ice Spice here, going nuts. I don't know what's going on with this girl lately, friends. Talk about being a meme. So it's just fascinating to see that of all the coins, for some reason, the Somi coins are pumping. It's literally a Somi pump. I didn't think this would happen. If only you had a friend, though, who was making thousands of videos for you. I made 1,000 videos in like 10 months. How is this humanly possible? It's because I care about you. People were telling me every day, please, for the love of God, go get some sleep. And I said, come, my child. Let me tell you something. You know how short this thing's going to go. I know you like it long, no pun intended, family-friendly show. But this thing's bull market, friends, it's going to be much shorter than you think. And it's going to go hard. Also, family-friendly show. You got to make the most of it now. Once they go, it's gone. That's it. People don't like buying low prices. You understand? It's reflexive. People don't want to buy a $5 link. People don't want to even buy a $9 link. When Chainlink hits $77, then they're going to talk about, oh, wow, this could be the next Apple. When total HEX is back at 20 cents, 30 cents, people are going to say, oh, wow, this thing could be 5% of Bitcoin's market cap one day. That's what they want to do. They want to speculate on it and hit $3. They don't actually want to buy cheap stuff. People are in here for the dopamine hits. You know and understand this. But today, friends, we're going to have some fun. We have a new campaign, all right? Now, this is an actual real person. This is Blockchain Boy, all right? So let's enjoy this picture, by the way. Blockchain Boy is the new season boss. So to give you some context, we are seeing PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX. They went down to the poopy town. They went down And haters and influencers came out. They come and poop on the beds. There's the nerd influencers. You had Dick Carter. You had all the other people who were just trashing on people, calling them obvious Ponzi, scam, trash. These people don't know the mistake they've made. I'm watching them, and I was like, oh, man, you picked the wrong community to tag. These receipts, you're going to regret it, because this community is not going away. The corrupt SEC couldn't take it down. They couldn't take us down. We're still here. There's 140 content creators. We are pumping. We are starting to pump. Didn't I tell you Metcalfe's law, the nodes in the network, we're still here. And there's only 200,000 people in the network. Bitcoin has 219 million people. Now you tell me, if 1 million people come to Bitcoin, nothing happens. The price doesn't move. But if 1 million people come to HEX or PulseChain, the whole community, you turn 200,000 into 1 million people, 5x the user base, 25x the price increase. Thank you very much. The green candles, they're going to fear the green candles. That's why when new influencers come, we have to appreciate them now. I'm telling you, we are now shifting how we approach these things. It's great to see that these things pump, right? So even eHEX, by the way, eHEX, this is a log chart. I know the log chart makes it look a lot nicer. Let's go to the regular chart. Yes. Look, you can look at it two ways. Glass half empty, you're like, oh, it's not moving. Glass half full, you're like, damn. If we're going nuts for this, what do you think's going to happen to my squeaky chair if we did that? If total HEX or eHEX go back to 10, 20, 30 cents, okay? I'm going to get a new roof. That's how much morning wood I'm going to wake up with. Think about all the people out there who are just waiting for green candles. The megaphone is very loud. There are 140 plus content creators. I told you, Hexologist is not going to rename himself to Polkadotologist. Hexologist only gives prostate exams to other Hexicans. Hexy Bastard is not renaming himself to Litecoin Bastard. I had to whisper there because my label's into Litecoin. So, we have a new expansion pack coming. Okay, we got to make the most of it. Blockchain Boy. New bull market's coming. We have to now shift. We shift the mindset. We are no longer in, we have to physically attack these people. We're no longer in that mode. Now, it's about entertainment. I'm trying to help everyone. I'm here because I was here in the bull market before. Okay, so in the bull market, friends, everything is real and nothing is real. And what do I mean by that? Well, it's about entertainment. You got to entertain the most amount of people because guess what? They're all the weak hands. All right? They didn't want to buy your cheap bags. They want to buy the expensive bags. And what that means is they're here for the dopamine hit. This is eHEX, pHEX right now. They're here for the dopamine hit. They don't care about your eHEX and pHEX ratio either. You understand that? This is total combined HEX. They're going to forget about this. Blockchain Boy. I worked very hard overtime. I spent way too much time on this, by the way. I use Microsoft Paint, by the way. I'm Microsoft Paint Maxi. So, Blockchain Boy, you can see here, 100% HP. He's a warrior elite boss. He's a new challenger to the PulseChain ecosystem. And I'm going to explain why. We are going to engage in a battle with him. Am I looking at this right? Was he making bacon inside the house? Okay. Congratulations, sir. I mean, like, yeah. Look at this. Blockchain Boy. All right, so high in strength. Weak to magic. His armor needs to be lowered before attacking. If you've played any RPG, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's the high strength boss. This is the funny part, friends. Look at this. Blockchain Boy. Let's put some angel music, by the way. Blockchain Boy is a great villain. Why? It's because he's very easy and simple to understand. You see, the season 1 villain, it was very fantastic. So, Eric Wall was our season 1 villain. Eric, okay, Eric. Down here, we're going to go back to Eric. So, Blockchain Boy is different. So, instead of writing long, coherent arguments and engaging debates, that's what Eric does. Eric has debates with Richard. So, they did it right here for the movie, right? So, Eric Wall and Richard, they went and debated up here. So, they do these long-form things about technology in the world. And then I remember in here, Eric made an accusation. He said to Ricardo, he said, you are banned from America because you're a criminal. And you know, when I heard it, by the way, I was like, oh, damn, is he? Crap, man, he must be a criminal. What does Richard do? Literally, as 2022 hits, he hops on a plane straight to America. So, look, even I believed it. Even I believed it. I was like, oh, man, that's probably a reason why he's not going back to America. He's like, no, man, I'm going to get shot everywhere. It's funny, he went to Florida and there was like cars running through red lights and car crashes near where they were driving, and it was actually quite funny. Also, dear Eric, what he did was he went on What Bitcoin Did podcast, and he's Peter McCormack, and he went on here. He spent a long time talking about how it's actually very interesting. Oh, yes. Oh, it's had a friend here, name your friend Somi, who actually made a video 6 months ago going through this whole podcast. Wow, isn't that fantastic to see? So this is the type of villain we were dealing with before. Now we have Blockchain Boy. Blockchain Boy is very one-dimensional. He just says, PulseChain sucks, dude. That's all he says. And I'm noticing, I'm like, okay, it sucks. Move on. But the comments and the community, for some reason, you just love to rail on this guy. I don't know why. Everybody just keeps coming back. And when I took a look at him, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's a perfect villain. The perfect villain. He looks like a meme. By the way, Blockchain Boy, if you're listening, sir, let me teach you something about marketing, okay? Even though, yes, you hate PulseChain, you hate the bags. And let me walk you in for a second, okay? This avatar is not the avatar for you. You got to do better. You need more colors. Just put your face, by the way. Just literally put your face. I mean, you would get so much more attention. Just literally put this face up. Put this face up. It would literally, like, people would think it's fake. And the secret would be that it's real. Don't forget last season's boss. By the way, friends, why am I saying this? They're all stories. Have you figured it out yet? Stories and cycles, they run parallel to each other. We have beginnings, we have climaxes, we have ends. We had a villain in 2022. Do you see how the stories just keep shifting? It's very obscure and weird, isn't it? This is what happens in markets. You want that secret edge to kind of sell the top and to kind of buy the bottom. You need this. Without this, you have nothing. Why? Because the indicators at the top, they're all great. And by the time they flip, they're like, oh, the indicators flip red. Yeah, they flip red when? You're down minus 75% on your altcoins. You're like, oh, crap. So I had to wait for a 3/4 drop loss to flip from bullish to bearish. So that's not good enough. And what about the bottom, right? The bottom, people are going to wait for a plus 400% rally for them to start buying. They might start buying when total HEX crosses 12 cents. But if you're aware of these stories and these narratives, then you get an edge. You literally get the edge, not an edge, the competitive edge you need. Last season's boss was Eric Wall. We did defeat Eric, but he actually came back. He was resurrected from the dead by his minions. Okay, let's enjoy this picture, by the way, together. Okay, so this is a World of Warcraft. This is Resurrection, and this is actually Eric. He was at the Bitcoin, I think, Miami conference. I wanted to let you know something too. So Eric, after being inspired from the HEX and PulseChain community, he went to Bitcoin Miami and he said, hey, I want to introduce fun and magic back to Bitcoin. It's what we all started. It's the grassroots. And many Bitcoin maxis lost their minds. There's a famous clip here. I think there was Greg Foss. He basically says, F you, Eric and Udi. He basically goes nuts. He says, we got to save the kids. We got to save the kids. I posted it on a tweet. He's actually got the audio. He literally goes nuts. Voice straining. He's talking about saving the kids. You see, friends, this is what happens when you are a blue chip and you are mature and you don't have a high growth rate anymore. Okay? You now have the old guard, the boomers. You have the middle, everybody in like independent, and then you have the super progressive people who come into Bitcoin, for example, but they want to experiment with Bitcoin ordinals. They want to do NFTs. They want to gamble. They love Bitcoin, but they want to participate more in it. Now, when you are old, like 14 years old, like crypto currency called Bitcoin, you don't have all of them working together. In fact, you have what we have. We just have a spread of like what maybe the American continent. You got the Republicans, the Democrats, everybody's fighting in between. That's what you have. You have the old guard and the new guard trying to fight each other out. But when you're a new ecosystem, you don't have to worry about this because you're so new. There's so much upside. You don't have to worry about these signs of maturity and slowing down and diminishing gains. So this is Eric being a wizard. Of course, he got resurrected at the very, very end of the bear market. Why? Because we collapsed minus 99%. so he was bearish. We do the 10,000X. And then we go down minus 99%. So it's funny. Kind of like everybody wins and no one wins. But now we have Blockchain Boy. It's funny. I'm going to ask you, how high do you think PulseChain has to go before we defeat him? How high will that PulseChain pump go? Because when we are looking at the price, we're going to do some price analysis here. The day one sack, we still got about, like another 60% to go. But Eric has a bet. I think it ends December 2024 or December 2025. I think he even said he believes Pulse will never get above day one sack for life. And when I heard it, I was like, no, you can't make that bet. That's a bit harsh to do that. But what do you think, friends? Do you think we'll get there by December 2025, December 2024, right? In about 12, 13, 14 months, do you think we'll get that 10x from day one sack? I want to remind you, so a lot of people, if you go to gopulse.com, gopulse.com, you can see the real market cap. You can actually see Pulse here. Its market cap is only $925 million. And is that, like, what does that number mean? Okay, it's around $1 billion. Is that expensive or cheap? Well, I'm going to show you something. If we go down to Dex Screener, look, PulseChain, and we're going to look at this number up here. PulseChain did $31 million of volume in the past 24 hours. On this same day, Solana has done $31 million. I think that's interesting. The same activity number without, by the way, fake arbitrage, which is what Solana has. So Solana has fake arbitrage going back and forth because Solana is arbitraging, like the coin's arbitraging with Coinbase and Binance, and they're just scalping little pennies here and there. So they're adding more volume when they really shouldn't be. PulseChain doesn't have CEX volume. PulseChain just all literally degens and everybody trading around. Isn't that beautiful to see? It's more pure. But let's go look at the relative pricing. So remember, Pulse was 1 billion valuation. What's Solana at? Solana is 12.5 billion. I'm not making this up. People are in disbelief. I'm not making this up. Solana is 12.5 times more expensive than PulseChain and doing that same activity. And if there's other hidden activity from NFTs, I don't really care about them. Okay, get your JPEGs out of here. No one cares. You also have that issue of the arbitrage volume. I don't count that either. Plus, when I tag Solana, there's nowhere near the engagement of PulseX, and HEX. Nowhere near. And we got 99% destroyed and we're still here. Okay, so I just want to let you know, if HEX, PulseChain, PulseX didn't exist, I think Solana would be the next in chance, maybe for contrarian, but it's not as contrarian anymore. We might get new stuff next year. So I've just helped you figure it out. Fundamentally, how do we look at these things and valuations? That's why, a lot of people say to me, well, aren't you scared this thing, what if it never goes up? I'm like, dude, there are people paying 12.5 times higher in valuation for Solana right now, today. And there are Ethereum maxis pushing Solana, saying, I like Solana, that's how they sound, by the way. So I don't care. I know we're cheap. Not only like I feel we're cheap, like objectively we are cheap. Based off these relative metrics and these and the daily active users too, which I'm going to show you. So this is the beautiful chart here. If you go to apphex.win, apphex.win, you go to the very, very top, you get this website, you can now see daily active wallets. This is the interesting part, okay? Daily active friends. Now, we had recent moves, so it looks like it's a bit high, of course, but you want to see how many people there are in the system. And, what's a high number? Well, it's all relative to each chain, but 14,000, please answer me this. 14,000 people. Isn't there like something like 40 million people on OnlyFans? All right. There's literally people paying girls to look at them naked when you can just go to another website and do that. All right. So there's a market for everything. I think 14,000 is too low. I've made videos showing it hovers 10, 12, 14-ish thousand. Way too low. Based off Metcalfe's law and the fact that it's real DeFi, I think there's so much more upside to go. Cardano hit 10 times this number in the bull market. It hit 140,000. All right. If you do 10x of our user base, daily active users, you'll get a 100x of the price. So I think it's a nice target. 100x, nice round number. I don't want to rely on it. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. To protect and hedge against myself, I get my targets and I divide them by 3. So you might say, oh, well, 33x sucks. I go, yeah, okay. Go find me another chain with 33x upside. Solana, by the way, friends, just to let you know, okay, this is a bit naughty. What I'm about to tell you is very naughty. I have the Solana chart up here, okay? Solana have many VCs who are subhuman filth trash. They are working against the people. And I promise you one thing. They are looking for an exit. They are looking for this exit. between 130 to 160 bucks. All right. So those Ethereum maxis who think that they're sharing goodness with the world, they are leading people into a trap. VC scum are going to promote Solana again all over in the next bull market, and they're going to dump there. I can 100% guarantee you they are going to dump there. Now, I don't know if we're going to battle through it eventually and continue higher. I wouldn't bet on that, by the way. I'm just telling you, this is not the next coming of Ethereum. Don't for a second think it is. I want to remind you, I'm your friend. I made 108x on Solana in the first cycle. Let's go back through. Let's see what I held through. All right, let's see what I actually held through. I held this whole thing, this whole piece of trash move. Look at this. I got in here somewhere. Didn't know what I was doing. Oh, I did, right? And I just held and held. Look at this. Bought in here. Look how much I held the whole way. Sold the exact top way. They had a conference. And they had some hackathon announcement. Crypto Banter made full shows. Crypto Banter went to the audience. The conference, I was like, okay, too many top signal sirs. I have to get out here. So I have no bias against this. I'm just telling you, these VCs, they are not your friend. Go to a chain like PulseChain with real DeFi, where at least we know there are no VCs. Yes, there are people who can dump. Of course, every product, every coin has something that can send you to zero. There's a group of people, but you are not being poisoned by VCs like you are here. Don't forget, like, subscribe, belly button, all. Tell mom and dad we do love and appreciate them. Bull market's here. Bull market will continue. Catch you soon.